YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans. I'm Keith One Shot, and I'm with
Purple Phantom
and
Big Sean 518.
And we just saw Justice League about an hour or so ago. We got back home and we talked about it a little bit amongst ourselves, but not much because we want to keep the conversation authentic. This is a spoiler heavy, very spoiler heavy Justice League movie review.
Are there spoilers in this review?
There's spoilers. Stephanie Brown is going to be on the thumbnail, so you know, like straight up, I've already...
There's spoiler heavies.
Yeah, there's a heavy spoilers in this review. And, okay, yeah, I mean...
Stephanie Brown put on a couple pounds.
Base level opinion, straight up, like, before we dive into anything else, what did you think of the movie Purple Phantom? Like, overall,
don't
like,
go to
simple.
Me first.
All right,
we
Big Sean.
always go to the Purple Phantom.
I mean, I can start it off first if you want. Overall, I thought the movie was amazing. I didn't think that it dragged on at any point. I didn't think that it was too long or too boring, too action-focused. I felt like the comedy was good, and it played where it needed to play.
Definitely more comedy than Batman vs. Superman.
Definitely way more comedy. Sometimes I felt like maybe like a joke or two less, but I like super serious. I'm a super serious guy.
I think obviously Flash, since he's the newbie, he was going definitely heavy on the spoilers and the jokes. But
Aquaman was doing a lot of...
Aquaman had his
most
jokes.
of them landed. I feel like, especially in the theater that we were at,
the audience definitely laughed
the
at
audience laughed.
most
I
jokes.
laughed at most of them.
And I feel like the joke that like didn't get like there was a joke that was totally Flash and they wanted to make you laugh and nobody laughed, but I think that's because people had already just laughed a moment or two ago, so it's like joke fatigue for a second. Not that the joke wasn't funny, I guarantee you that joke hits on a different audience, and if you watch it again, you might laugh at that one and not another one, and that's the beauty of the joke.
I definitely thought this Flash acted more like Wally West than Barry.
Yeah, they do that a lot though. They mix and match Wally West with the live actions.
Really pinpoint the character.
Yeah, like which attribute is which characters, because a lot of times Wally gets Barry's attributes anyway. So him taking some from Wally, does you know what I mean?
Each character kind of had their own like appeal to a certain demographic. Like Jason Momoa, he was there for the dude bros. He was saying all those catchy one-liners.
He was totally the one-liner guy, tough guy, like one-liners.
Barry
was
surprisingly the biggest brooding person in the movie was Cyborg.
Yeah.
He was brooding.
I thought that it was going to be Aquaman. I thought Aquaman was going to be a little more, even with his voice, I thought he was going to be a little more like, hey, and screw you, Bruce Wayne, and like, you know, be like the rebellion guy. But I don't think that he was.
Dress up as bats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, spoiler heavy too. We haven't gotten anything spoiler specific other than our base level opinions right now. So I guess we haven't spoiled anything per se.
So to start off with the heavy spoilers, Batman, he is in fact Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe it for a second. I couldn't put those two together.
I'm pretty sure that J. Jonah Jameson works for the Gotham City PD right now.
He does.
He's undercover. He's getting those hot scoops.
I like J.K. Simmons was really good as Jim Gordon, I thought, but like I still was like, it's J. Jonah Jameson working for the Gotham PD.
Oh, there were a couple.
And it was amazing.
There were a couple.
Scar was just hitting it with Batman.
Yeah.
When they were going over the dossiers, Gordon, when they were talking about like the missing persons, I was like, "What's this? 8 pictures of Spider-Man."
All right. So here's what I'm basically gonna do. We got
off with Pops.
We got some basic jokes right out the way. Yeah, we got Funko Pop, Ezra Miller ones. All right. I'm gonna quickly go over and you guys can add in anything that I might miss. Just the general skeleton of the plot. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So we start the movie off with either the Batman scene or we should talk about the war and what the overall plot is probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So the overall plot is that there's the 3 mother boxes that are on Earth, and there's one with the Amazonian, one with the
there's
so there's like some kind of pact or something like that going on.
The war starts with Steppenwolf, who most people by now know that he's the main villain.
He's like Darkseid's uncle, and he's a destroyer of worlds. And basically, what he's supposed to be doing is coming into different planets, and basically he goes in and he conquers them by putting the 3 mother boxes down, and then they unite and form like the Unity something he was calling it.
It like takes over the...
Yeah, it pretty much transforms the Earth into energy that they send.
It turns it into apocalypse.
It just sucks it and just turns it black and with fire red skies, and then they use that to like fuel apocalypse.
First, when Steppenwolf came down, Yeah, Earth had an army. They had the.
Well, they rebelled against
Atlanteans.
them. Yeah, you got
They
the
had the
Atlanteans,
The war brought the three races together.
the Amazonians. Well, they were the protectors because originally, like, there was a pact. The reason why Steppenwolf didn't like destroy the Earth is because there was a mother box given to the Amazonians, the men, and the Atlanteans, and then he wanted to destroy the world, and they decided to form a unity of their own or something.
No, you got that wrong. He came down with the mother boxes. They only had them after they killed.
Okay,
them.
okay, yeah.
They took them away.
Yeah, but here's where I'm messing myself up. The unity was the 3 boxes that had those powers,
Yeah.
and then they decided to create their own unity that was strong enough against the mother boxes of Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
And that
Pull
was man.
the boxes apart, stop them from terraforming the Earth.
Man,
and
Atlanteans, Amazonians.
And so they smashed them up, and then they sent them back to what? Apocalypse, because the Boom Tube took them back.
He left because of the parademons
At
at
the-
the beginning.
yeah.
They took him away.
And that's because Darkseid chooses that he failed.
Yep.
And so he takes him
exiled
back.
him.
Exactly, and he exiled him. Yep.
This was supposed to be his like redeeming.
So now the mother boxes start since Superman died, and there's no Kryptonian. Steppenwolf feels like and Darkseid feels like it's time to come back, and that's conquerable.
All the races are so
Weak man,
disconnected.
man is disconnected and has technology and society. The Themyscirian army of the Amazon, they're on an island that they can't get off of. That's away from men, so they're disconnected and isolated in
and the
themselves.
Atlanteans are so broken up because they
And
don't
now
have
they're
a
underwater
ruler.
now. They're underwater and they don't have a
and they
ruler.
don't have
'Cause
a
the
ruler.
queen
Atlantean is dead.
dead, which is Arthur's
the
mother.
heir is off being a
Mara's
dude
there,
bro.
but she's not like the
Oh,
Queen Mara
But
yet.
to get back to the war, the war was pretty awesome with
The battle
all
itself.
those
the scene.
characters. Like
Yeah, there was cameos.
there was some things in there. We had like Zeus.
Well, because they had the old gods.
They had the old gods.
The old gods.
They had a Green Lantern, which was
Yeah, there was definitely Green Lantern. That was another one of the armies, that we forgot. Because they weren't one of the ones represented by the Mother Box. But in that war, there was Green Lanterns, multiple Green Lanterns, and it showed some of them dying, and then their ring flying off
Yeah, I
of
was
them
about
and
to
going
say-
into space.
I was about to say, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when the Green Lanterns went down, it showed
the
the ring
ring
coming off of their finger and flying.
Like,
Cool.
there was no, let me get it out of the way early. Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, none of those guys,
No.
Simon Baz,
Earth-
Jessica Cruz,
Earth, Green Lantern,
Guy Gardner,
definitely
none of
opened the
them.
door for
None
it,
of them
though.
were in the movie, not at all, not even in the cameo.
This was probably
It was just
Fury
different
Sector
alien-
1662 or whatever.
Well, there was multiple different
We are.
species of aliens who were Green Lanterns in this movie in that war against Steppenwolf, and they took him out, I guess, right? And then he went away back to Apocalypse,
Mhm.
and then the boom tubes start activating.
The mother boxes.
The
Yep.
mother boxes,
started
rather,
activating.
reactivating since Clark's dead. And it says he's dead.
Well,
And so Batman in the very beginning of the movie runs into a parademon, and he
Yeah.
lures him out
Very
with
beginning.
fear and stuff, which was cool. There's some fun with that.
And-
When I saw that scene straight up at the beginning, I thought Arkham. I saw that Batman scene, and I was like, yo, this is like the Arkham video games. Like, it looked just like that, his suit, and the kind of the way that Affleck moves a little bit is like, I feel like they're going for that, recapturing the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else...
Well, yeah, a huge portion of.
yeah, no, his suit's definitely based upon.
And it was,
the
I mean,
Arkham
that's what the
games.
same thing
He's
from the
got-
warehouse scene at the end of Batman vs. Superman, because that was one of the only scenes
Yeah,
that people
no,
liked in that whole movie.
He fights just like
Arkham
the
Batman.
Arkham
Yeah,
Batman.
total-
And I like that a
brutalist.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like heavy, brutalist. Anything his
Straight
suit
up.
looks like that.
I kind of was thinking like that, like they should have did it a little bit more. There was one scene where they clearly did it, but I feel like Batman usually steps to the big guys. Like he steps up to Darkseid. He steps up to everybody, and
I mean, I don't think we can get into the end fight right yet, man.
that was not end fight.
The fight against the guy at the beginning?
When he smacks him into the big guns that Batman has, that tarantula thing, Steppenwolf just slaps him. We
Yeah,
fight Steppenwolf in this.
Yeah,
At
I
least
was
6
talking about
times.
the scene on the rooftop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know.
I was talking about a separate thing.
I got you. All right, yeah. So we're
Just to keep in chronological order, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. We're on the rooftop right now. Yeah. So he fought the parademon, and then as he's fighting the parademon, he's kind of flying around, and then there's that sound that the parademon makes, and what does it do? It like
It's like a distress call or
He
whatever.
explodes and then he leaves a thing on the wall.
But they got like a recording of it.
yeah, well that was
used
super
later.
important to the movie. That call, like they referenced that call, that there was something that happened in the background that made the parademon freak out or something like that, or start following them, and he like recorded that sound, and then that was important later on in the movie.
Later.
He like they referenced it at least 2 or 3 times after that.
Yeah,
in the
we'll
movie, for
get
sure.
to that when.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Other times it was referenced, and then yeah, like you said, the parademon died on the wall, and he left like the symbols of which were the mother boxes, right? And like
the 3 symbols.
because that's their core mission, and that was like because the parademons don't have much programming into them, so their core mission was like burned into the wall. That's the way I read it, at least.
And
then Batman was like, "Hey, mother boxes, look at those. They're cool, right?" Well, you didn't know what they are.
Oh, yeah, I think after that, don't they get to like the first?
Then there's a
recruitment?
Wonder Woman scene, right? That's the next scene.
Yeah, there's a terror attack. They were like fundamentalists that believe that the world should be reset to the Dark Age to save itself or whatever.
Yeah, like suit and tie type dudes with guns going to like a bank.
Yeah, they were gonna blow up.
One
like,
of them's got a bomb, and it can blow up like a few blocks worth of. Like I can level 5 blocks with this. Something like that.
I don't know. That's how that's resetting the entire.
Yeah,
No, me neither.
so-
But I think they were important blocks, maybe, and that bank was like a lot of information and stuff like that. Maybe
I get that.
you know what I mean, or like a lot of heavy duty
It
bank
was
accounts.
in Paris.
Anyway, Wonder Woman comes in, shuts shit down.
Yeah, that scene was pretty cool. Like she had a lot of. She moved way faster than I thought she was gonna, and she was like spinning around a lot and fucking blocking.
Yeah,
I feel like one thing. I feel like she did the. I could. When she put a lot in the movie, like if you were to count, I feel like if I watch it again, I'm gonna count.
It blocks bullets.
But she no, not the bracer dodge.
The
Yeah, when she like smashes her wrists off or the gauntlets together, and it causes like that radius effect blast.
Yeah, the shockwave.
That's how she ended the. Like she died. She saved mad civilians' lives by dodging bullets, and like she was spinning on her knees. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like
She kept doing the hair whip thing and then smashing the dudes up.
I feel like the fight choreography was definitely a step up from the past couple of
and it was
movies.
fast and fluid.
Yeah, okay, I feel like they brought in the person who did Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Did her fight scenes, and they
the fight choreographer.
took pointers from that, at least for her.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
they already
Batman
knew
fought
how-
totally different. He was like up on the perch and then spinning around.
Yeah.
And being like tactical or stealthy, like you're playing the Batman video game.
Another Arkham thing.
Yeah. Like
he
slow
definitely played
fighting.
it more like he does in Justice League Wars, the movie.
Yeah, because I mean we'll get to a certain part later, but there is definitely a Justice League War thing that he did. But it was pretty cool. So the Wonder Woman fight scene was dope, and
And then we got the first recruitment scene where he goes after where
Aquaman.
Bruce goes to
yeah,
Aquaman.
because he talks to
Oh, you
Alfred
talked
for a
to
little
Fed.
bit. What do you think about Jeremy Iron at all, and like in general in
I'm
the movie?
surprised he's not talking about killing Mufasa. Like,
Yeah,
really?
that's
Definitely
definitely.
toned down on the Mufasa killing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's moved on to a greater purpose. He's helping out Bruce Wayne now. I mean, Simba already embarrassed him, so now we're here in Gotham City. I mean, I liked him. I don't know. I don't think they gave him all the right lines in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes Alfred, like in general,
It's also not a strict Batman movie.
it's not. Yeah, so I didn't need it. He said everything the right way. I felt like, but I don't think he was like.
There's a funny line. Alfred was a very
Caddy.
very catty Alfred.
Yeah.
Oh man, at least someone's having a date in this room.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
kept going on and on about like romance
Yeah.
in the back, like
Yeah, they
subtle
definitely-
jabs.
Definitely felt like Justice League, the cartoon where they're trying to push.
You should date
Bat-
someone, Bruce.
Oh, look at you! But like that,
Master Bruce.
that Wonder Woman, but like
Yeah.
their skill set. Am I right?
I feel like they were trying to ship, like, or at least Alfred was trying to ship he has his own fandom, and his fandom is Wonder Bat.
Wonder Bat. That's what I said. Just like in the Justice League cartoon, it feels like they're trying to push the two together.
Yeah, what's the
But I
Wonder
guess it's
Bat
fine.
fandom?
There's no established Catwoman so far. So.
No, so that's fine then, Dandy. I'm okay with that. Because he pulls up Steve Trevor a few times on her.
Oh
He throws the
man!
Trevor card
If there's
down.
one way to ruin any interest a girl has in you, it's to bring up her dead boyfriend like 5 times in one conversation.
Yeah, Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor.
Oh, I
So
bet you
what
wouldn't be
about Steve
straight up Steve Trevor was old.
It's pretty good.
Like, wow, let Steve rest.
They were referencing a lot from Wonder Woman to try and build
Yeah,
from
definitely.
Yeah.
You would know more if you definitely seen the double feature. You would have been like,
that
they
would be good.
just- they
Yeah, we
just
didn't see
went
that, but
over
I
it."
felt like it was fresh enough in my brain. I know Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw Wonder Woman like a month ago.
Yeah, plus I've seen the cartoon animated movie version of the same time. You know,
So
many
you've seen
times.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, so I've seen Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought then we had the Stylus Stone scene at like Star Labs. So Stylus goes into the lab, and they're like, "Hey, Stylus, sorry, what happened to your son?" Right? Like that was one of the scenes.
Oh, what a shame.
Because he's not
Yeah.
telling people, because like Victor Stone died. You know what I mean? Him and Alfred talk about that in the recruit scene. Victor Stone is deceased. He was a star
Presumed
football
dead.
player, and he's a genius level IQ type going on there.
Mhm.
And he died, and Stylus Stone is telling everybody at Star Labs and stuff, you know, that he died. But he actually secretly worked on him with the mother box, and you know, Cyborg obviously it grew out his limbs, and
Yeah,
he got infected.
And,
And he's like, every morning I keep waking up with a new power, Dad. He's doing like the Minority Report thing with his hands,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got this, but like the hollow projector computer
Yeah,
things are in his
levitation.
hand.
that,
He
that
can
was a
fly.
later. That was a later.
Yeah, but I
progression.
mean, throughout the movie,
Yeah,
right?
but
He can like
that's-
fly. He's like upgrading every night. Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of not a. I mean, I'd be upset if I got a new weird ability every single morning, but
That's not too bad though.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
It's like upgrading.
I-
You
not-
know?
I can
can-
fly now, Dad. Like, what the hell?
It's
yeah,
like your
and I got
experience
stability when
level
I'm
goes-
flying. It ain't even like that awkward Tony Stark scene where he's like goofing off
Yeah.
in his garage, you know?
He was built from Mother Box.
Yeah.
Mother Box helped him live after.
don't know.
after
But he's
a
wearing the
crazy
hoodie the whole
accident.
time in the first because they don't want to show you the reveal because he's kind of like ashamed. And then I remember he says the one thing to Stylus that I thought was good. He's like, "Oh, you tell anybody about my death and all that stuff at Star Labs?" He's saying, he's like, "No, I didn't tell anybody." And he's like, "Oh, you don't want them to know about the monster?" He's like, "Stop! They don't know you're."
I don't think you're a monster, son. He was like, I wasn't talking about me.
Yeah, they ain't talking about
Oh,
you.
come on.
It's
Or,
funny-
I ain't
it's
talking
funny
about
how-
me.
Yeah, it's funny how you went to me first.
Yeah, cause yeah,
Yeah, because he's
saying
referencing
that
his
you're the
dad's
monster because he didn't want to be operated on, and the mom died in the explosion. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost your mother. I wasn't gonna lose you too. Is what Silas was saying.
I don't know what you guys thought. I liked Cyborg.
I liked him too.
I
What is
also-
it that-
I liked him, but at first he was like the broody, sad character,
And I mean,
and he didn't want to trust anybody, and he wanted to hide
you
in
were
his house.
I feel like if you're presumed dead to the world and you're developing these new powers that you don't know if it'll take
And your
over
body
you,
is like,
I feel like that's
robot.
the way to react. But you could definitely tell towards the end he was starting to open up more.
yeah, he came around. He came around for sure.
He got that fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
That first one was
We
pretty cool.
and then we got the Aquaman scene. He goes to recruit Aquaman, so Bruce Wayne's got a beard. It's the scene that we've seen it a million times already, right? Where he goes in, hey, you talk to fish, but he, and he sees it on the wall. There's a drawing on the wall that's clearly Arthur Curry. Like
Clearly, yeah.
they're reading on the conversation. They're having a conversation about, oh, there's a legend of a man who comes up and helps the people from this village in Amnesty Bay.
I wonder who it
And-
is.
and then-
Yeah, Jason Momoa's chilling there the whole time, like, yeah, traveler.
Like I thought they were gonna pan over to a photo of literally Arthur Curry with like a bunch of fish in his hand. Handing it to the
Pretty much what
Yeah,
it was.
but it was a drawing on the wall that clearly looked like Jason Momoa, but it also had
Three mother
the
boxes.
three mother box, or at least the three squares, because Bruce didn't know what they were at the time.
Yeah.
And then what? He goes, is it Barry Allen next? Alfred
no.
talks about him. Barry Allen sees
Uh,
his father in jail.
No,
and
it
his
gets
mother-
it gets to the
He talks to Wonder Woman.
it gets to the Amazon. Their mother box was the first that was stolen. It gets to
Oh, because Stephen Wolf starts coming back, so the mother box activates.
Yeah, and then we got
In
the
Amazon.
Themyscarians
Or yeah,
doing
the
their
Themyscirian
things.
mother box starts activating. They're like, oh, the Great Cube or whatever hasn't activated in over 1,000 years.
They've got,
Why
like,
would it now?
They've got like 30 girls on it, just like
Yeah, big spoiler. Steppenwolf beats the shit out of some Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
Steppenwolf comes, the boom,
Completely
the
tears
mother
them
box
apart.
activates, the boom tube opens, Steppenwolf comes in the present day for like the first time.
Which when we get to the end battle, I have something to say about that.
Yeah. Well, he comes in and he's got his axe and they start shooting arrows at him and coming at him and
fucking-
Amazonian
He
groups.
slaps him away and then just
Eventually, Hippolyta's like, yo, alright, this is a losing battle. So she's like, we gotta take the mother box and run out of here. because it's in a sacred tomb. She runs out, and as she's running out, she smashes the bricks to close like a consecutive series of stone walls.
Has to lock all the Amazonians.
And the last set of walls, it's two Amazons who are holding the brick up, and Hippolyta just barely slides under with the mother box.
And the other two just die.
Yeah, they get crushed.
They're dead.
They get crushed.
Yep.
They don't show it. They just
No.
you accept that it happened, and because you're
just
moving on
accept
in the
that
excitement.
every
60
single one of
Amazonians.
those
Because then it's like
Amazons in there die.
a fast-paced battle where it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. They kept like
It was
shooting
the-
arrows at the
yeah.
mother box, tying strings. The next person would like throw it to another one on a horse.
I
And
tried,
Steppenwolf's like,
I tried nudging you guys, but I was like, dude, this is the fucking sickest game of keep away I've ever seen.
they were keep away king, man. That's what it was. They're like running the mother box away from Steppenwolf, but eventually, like a horse falls on the one that Hippolyta's on, but it doesn't. The horse doesn't fall on her; it falls on someone else, and she chooses
down to Troy.
to save the Amazon that the horse fell on, rather than to get the mother box at that point. Even though like a slew of Amazons have already died and been slaughtered in the name of this mission.
This
This one was like, no, I gotta save her, and then he gets the cube, and then he bounces.
Don't worry, no named Amazons died.
Yeah, no named Amazons died in the production.
Yeah, so Steppenwolf makes off with that one. The Amazons shoot their alert beacon that they even say that no one knows what it means anymore. And
Yeah, the
they're
world
like,
of
"She'll
man
know,"
will not know, but Wonder Woman will know.
and relay the message.
So she shoots an arrow that hits like Greece or something, like a modern day city.
yeah,
but it's got an old
shoots
cathedral and
it
it's
was
like
like
Greece.
it was like the house of
The
the
fire
Amazons.
won't stop burning, but it can be seen from miles away. And Diana's like at her shop painting
Yeah,
something.
she's like, oh shit, I gotta go fucking get this.
Ugh, now I gotta do this saving of the world stuff.
Superheroes.
Oh my god, these last
I
couple.
just want to paint statues, dog.
These last couple hundred years have just, or this last century has kind of been my me time.
Since Steve Trevor.
Rest in peace, Steve. Also, this was we haven't gotten to it. This is a spoiler for Wonder Woman too. So
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
all those
yeah.
Steve Trevor fans who
Yes.
are eagerly waiting the last
Chris
10 minutes of
Pine
Wonder
will
Woman.
not be. I mean, if he's in any of the movies, it'll be a flashback. That's all I'm saying. But he's from the old day age anyway,
There
so
you
He would have died of old age
yeah,
anyway.
you know,
World
come
War
on,
II,
guys.
Dog.
That's not a
He
spoiler.
would have been like 90.
So okay, so after what? The Barry Allens. Now what?
Uh,
Diana gets back with Bruce.
Yeah, but Diana gets back with Bruce. They talk
Like
about
he's working on a ship, and she comes into the Batcave, and he's like, I spent millions of dollars on the security,
And
and
she's like, yeah, it looked expensive.
yeah. So there's a little joke.
They have that conversation by the lake, and they said that they need to get the group together.
Yep.
And
And
Bruce
Cyborg's
is-
watching in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vic is
Because
watching
he's
the whole
looking
time.
in, he's been hacking into computer networks, and he's seeing like the computers in the Batcave, and so he knows Batman's him, and he's connecting he's connection to all the world's information.
Yep.
That
So
was
he-
funny how like the first thing that the Minority Report computer pulled up was fucking Batcave camera _05.
yeah,
Uh oh.
this is Bruce back in his heyday with the mask off, hanging out in the suit. He
Yeah,
never
he's
did.
just taking selfies. He's like, I'm Batman.
Yeah, but-
I'm Batman.
Yeah, but with the dossier that got from Lex Luthor back in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, that's the files that
Yeah, those
Victor
are the
hacked
files
into.
that they're tracking down. So Batman goes off to meet with Barry Allen, the Flash, and he gives
That's
Diana
that same
Cyborg.
scene that we've seen a bunch of times where
Yeah.
he's like, "You're Bruce Wayne," and he throws the Batarang at him. You're sitting in my second favorite chair. Rick and Morty's on in the background.
See, I didn't think Cyborg was going to be a big focus because there was almost nothing shown of him in the trailer.
Well, no, he's got to be. You had anytime there's Mother Box and kind
'cause
of that, he's always going to be.
made for Mother Box.
It was a
Steppenwolf
version
was
of
your-
Justice League.
Steppenwolf
War.
was like, you're a child of Mother Box, because essentially
Yeah, when he
is.
first battles him.
It's like, oh, you're one of her creations.
Because that's one of the next scenes is after Bruce is talking to Aquaman, he goes into the water, and then so the next time you see Aquaman back in the water, the Mother Box in Atlantis opens up,
Yeah.
and he's swimming near that, like, which is a little convenient. You know what I mean? Because he sees the dead Amazonian or the dead Atlantean warriors under the water.
He was lured to the.
So then he goes and
water.
investigates, and then he sees Mara battling Steppenwolf with a few other people, and she was doing a pretty good job with her aqua telekinesis. You know what I mean? I thought the CG was pretty cool.
The Aqualad powers.
And you find
Yeah,
out that
telekinesis.
at this point in time, Mira kind of hates him a little bit.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, though. This isn't the Arthur Curry who
He
grew
came
up in-
over at first. When he swam over Aquaman, he actually gave Steppenwolf a good little few punches, but then Steppenwolf like threw him into the wall, and he smacked Mara around, and that's kind of what...
Well, he had the mobility of the water on his side, and then there was Steppenwolf who just had the pure.
he's huge.
strength.
He was huge.
Strength, yeah.
So then when Steppenwolf takes the Atlantean mother box and
Hey,
bounces,
Yeah, you find
now
out
he's got
that,
two.
Yeah, you find out that this Aquaman completely ignored his whole heritage thing, and he kind of just wanted to be left alone,
Yeah.
probably after his mother died or
He
whatever.
even
Yeah.
says in the scene with Bruce, I've spent so much time away from both the land and sea.
He's
I
like,
don't
I never-
know where I belong.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
isolated.
during one of the team segments, I never committed fully to the land or the sea, and I feel, if I die in this mission, I'm gonna regret it or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
then
because he
he-
says to Mara, she's like, your mother was the queen.
And
The
if-
Atlantean box was just stolen. If she was alive, it would be her mission to go to the surface. And since she's not, it's your mission to go after and get that damn mother box.
Yeah, because
And
at first he completely rejects.
And he didn't even wanna
Bruce's
do that.
request.
And no,
Yeah.
he at the end of the scene with Mary, he's like, I'll do that, but I
He's
need
like,
one
yeah.
You
thing.
need
from
one
you."
thing, and you knew it was going to be Atlantean armor.
Yeah,
Event-
when
you know what I mean?
armor, he gets the trident.
And the
but-
trident,
but that
yeah.
comes in later.
Yeah, it comes in
We
later.
got the scene with Bruce, and what's his superpower? I'm rich.
I'm rich, bitch. I wanted to say that. I had to fight myself back so much from saying that in the theater. You know what I mean?
There are rowdy kids in the
We
theater.
did have like a Lois Lane scene at the Daily Planet there, where
Yeah.
she's like writing fluff pieces.
With
She can't
Clark's
commit.
mother,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's having lunch with Clark's mother. That Martha. She's there.
That's one of those scenes that you could take out of the movie.
Yeah, you
Well,
could-
they needed to show you where Lois was
Where
at.
Lois
Yeah,
was at.
Lois and Clark's mom, Martha, for a little bit.
I get that. Man,
Oh yeah,
She's been
that-
writing
and the-
fluff
and
pieces.
and
The house,
the
she sold the
was
house.
taken away.
The Clark,
because
yeah, the
of
Kent family
thing.
house.
She couldn't pay for it, and she didn't want to
She didn't
because
have a
she
job.
didn't have anybody.
she
was
was just
old.
walking around that old empty house.
Yeah,
alone.
she felt like a ghost
Yeah.
shuffling around in that old empty house. She said or something.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
So she sold the Kent family farmhouse or the bank took it
Yeah.
from her.
Yep.
Not that she sold it, but she was like okay with the decision.
Yeah,
but not happy about it.
The Superman arc in the movie would probably feel even more shallow if they didn't have that in there.
Yeah, they needed that, and they needed to show you where Lois was. She's just writing fluff pieces. She doesn't have that journalistic integrity, and she feels weak and
Yeah,
vulnerable.
she's not the same Lois that was literally going to fucking terrorists.
Yeah, like
Roll
she walked up
countries
to Lex like a boss in Batman vs Superman a few times.
What was Steppenwolf doing in the place where they actually fight him? Like they get together
He was every time he's taking
That
a
was
mother
the-
box,
yeah, that was
he's
the
putting it
location
into the
for it.
wall,
into the wall,
and
yeah.
that was what was starting the Unity process,
and
which
that
and
it
that
had
area
to be
kept
somewhere
corrupting.
where there was no technology.
Yep,
Interrupted.
everywhere he kept putting in a box, and then the area kept
So now
corrupting more and
So
more. And
now
they did show us that family. They kept showing
Yeah,
us
they
of that
kept
family
that
that
family.
lived in the town where the parademons had taken over, and Steppenwolf was putting the mother boxes into the wall, and they were holding down the fort, and they were. It's funny because every time I saw that family, I was like, "Is this a trailer for that other movie that they showed us, A Quiet Place, or something?" Remember that
Yeah,
movie? Every time I
yeah.
saw that, I was like,
You gotta be completely silent, or
Or the parademons.
Or the
they're playing
parademons or
Monopoly
whatever.
pieces made out of cloth, so they wouldn't make any noise. That
"Yeah."
is the fucking sun. Listen, you've lived in this world for at least all of your life. You can't just knock over the fucking lantern.
Yeah, that was different. That was not this
Yeah.
movie though.
No, that's
Yeah,
not this movie.
but every
Let's
time I
move-
saw that family, I felt like it was that trailer that we watched in the other
I thought
movie.
they were setting up the origin story for the KGBs. I was like, listen, Flash, you saved that son, but he's gonna grow up to be a fucking.
Alright, so at first we get Bruce. With
Flash, yeah,
Flash.
Flash accepts to join. That's
Flash
the important part that we
instantly
left out.
accepts the
Yeah,
join.
so that's at least
nobody else.
That's at least Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
Yeah,
Where
and then
Aquaman is like, he's gonna eventually join, and he told Mara, "Yeah, I'll join." But Cyborg is still like, "I don't know, guys."
yeah, and then we got the Jim Gordon scene where
On the rooftop,
rooftop where
He signs
he's
the back
like,
signal.
Because an amateur artist took a sketch of
a
a
child.
parademon, and they thought it was.
they thought it was Batman. Yeah, that's right too. Yeah, they went back to Gotham City,
Yeah.
and
So
they're
it's like, all right, I'll turn on the back signal.
I'll
I
talk to
guess.
Batman because a kid in Gotham City saw something happened where the Thing kidnapped somebody, and then he drew a picture of it, and it
Yeah,
looked like Batman.
8 Star Labs.
So Jim
employees
Gordon,
went missing
there you go, 8 Star Lab
Yeah.
employees.
because they had connections with the Mother Box, so they wanted to figure out who the last human was.
And then Jim Gordon's talking about the 8 employees, and then Cyborg comes up and he's like, "No, they took 9 Star Lab employees. My dad."
Yeah. All right. So let's set the scene here a little bit because we gotta set the scene on the rooftop. Jim Gordon's on the rooftop, trying to signal. So
He was
Batman-
expecting Batman. And
yeah,
then
he said expecting just Batman and him, Flash and Wonder Woman.
here comes the then assembled team, and they're talking about the people who went missing, 8 Star Labs employees, and that's when Cyborg, who was reluctant to help, comes in, and he's like, no, 9, because he figures out that his father was kidnapped.
Yeah,
And
because
that was his main...
because at that point Steppenwolf had already had the two of the 3 mother boxes. He had the one of the Atlanteans and the one of the Amazonians, and the people of Earth had just buried theirs, and that was the one that Stylus Stone found that he used and worked on with Cyborg, so Cyborg knew where it was, so they came after Stylus Stone, and they kidnapped him as one of the 8 employees, and
'Cause they were
Cyborg...
questioning the employees.
That was his motivation.
Yeah.
He didn't get motivated until they kidnapped Stylus Stone.
Yeah.
Who he had
And then he
hated.
Yeah, he hated, but you never
it's
hate
your
your dad.
pops,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's your pops. You gotta go
and,
after.
And now it's like they're asking.
So they're all on the rooftop still at this point.
I don't know where to go.
Yeah, they like narrowed down the location. I guess I forgot if like Cyborg, they used something to narrow down that it was an old abandoned underground tunnel or whatever. And Jim Gordon's like, all right, and then he turns around and the entire team's gone except for Flash. And Flash was like, wow, they're kind of rude.
Yeah,
They
just
They
disappearing
just
like
leave
that.
and then he goes on to do the superhero vanish.
Exact same thing.
Same thing,
Just leaves.
So it cuts to them in the underground tunnel, which is
It's an abandoned
yeah, it showed up a lot in the trailers. If you've seen any of the trailers,
Yeah, that's
you know.
like most of the scenes that we've seen of the team together. The 4 people: Flash, Cyborg, Batman, and Wonder Woman. You've seen those scenes of those 4 together. That's with that
Yep.
fight.
Yeah, so Steppenwolf's kidnapping all these people because he's trying to get information on where's the mother box.
Wait, Aquaman was not with them.
No,
No, Aquaman's
he
not with
comes in later.
Yeah,
He's in the scene though. He comes in later.
yeah. They walk in on Steppenwolf interrogating the Star Labs employee.
This is not. This is like not where he's putting the mother boxes. This is a separate place, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a completely separate.
This is where
place.
he just happens to be
Interrogating
interrogating the
them.
Star Labs. It's near enough
Yep,
Yeah.
near enough to Star Labs.
You
where he
see-
can just kidnap
You
them and
see him
interrogate them.
interrogating one of them who has
killing
absolutely
them.
no idea where the mother box is, and he
Yeah.
snaps the neck, and then
Snaps
moves on to
the
the
neck.
next one.
Stylus Stone is getting up closer.
And then as
The League comes
as
in.
the League's coming in, Flash is like, "Yo, I'm kind of scared. I've
Yeah.
never really fought anybody. I kind of just
I'm
Run
so
in and
fast
push
that I
them.
just like any store robberies or anything, I could just pull the gun out of their hand and put them in cuffs or whatever. But Batman was like, "Listen, just go in there and save one person." And Flash is like, "Who do I save?" And he's like, "No, just go in there and save one person." And he's like, "What happens after that?" And Batman's like, "You'll know."
Yep.
And then Flash goes in and saves the one person. And he's like, "Wait a minute,
I could save
I'm
all
the
of
Flash.
them.
I'm just gonna pull everyone out of
Well,
here."
he knew that Flash would realize that. He's
Yeah.
he's like, if you save one person,
You'll realize
gonna-
what to do next.
Yeah, but he didn't
It's
say
just
that.
to save.
what do I do
yeah.
next? You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's a
So
little
while
comedy.
everyone's going at Steppenwolf to get him away from these hostages, Flash is just jolting in there, grabbing the hostages and being like, "All right, there's stairs up there. Get out of here."
Yeah, Cyborg was directing them.
Yep.
Well, Cyborg led the fight is because he saw Steppenwolf
Yeah.
attacking Stylus, so he blasted him up, and then obviously everybody else joins in. Flash is saving people.
I thought it was a decent. couple
Wonder Woman was fighting against Steppenwolf on like in that base, and they
Not-
were going 1-on-1 with the sword and shield versus
Yeah.
his axe.
Her sword gets knocked out of her hand, and she dives after it, and you can tell that she's not going to get it, and then Flash sees it, and it's one of those, like, I don't want to compare it to this, you'll yell at me, but there's scenes in some of the X-Men movies, like Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
But
But they didn't do like the first person camera thing that they did with.
Yeah, but it's like that slow motion, Flash is running around while everyone else is in, like, almost
Super slow.
completely. And you see
Yeah.
Flash, like, knock the sword back in their hand. That's
yeah,
pretty neat.
he just kind of hits
Taps
the
it.
tip, and it jolts right back into Wonder Woman's
Yeah, and he's
hand.
like, yeah, I did it, and then he like fucks up.
Yeah,
he like
ankle or
trips over
something.
himself.
And he like breaks his ankle or something
Yeah,
because he's
and then he
gimping after
falls.
that.
No, he gets shot in the leg, and that's eventually what.
Oh
catches
yeah,
up.
no,
Yeah.
that's an after fact. He gets hit by
Yeah.
Parademons.
But the
Little
Steppenwolf Wonder Woman
blaster.
fight was actually really good, and then he's like, at that point he said that she had old god in her, and the old gods have died
Yeah.
because he does recognize that he wants to be of the Legion of the New Gods.
Yeah.
If he destroys Earth, he will be recognized by Darkseid and join the ranks of the New Gods.
Yeah, he doesn't mention Darkseid until later, but he does mention that he.
But you can
is
tell
a
that's
new
his
god.
motivation.
Yeah.
But he does eventually say for Darkseid, setting up,
Yeah, later on in the movie, he
Justice
definitely
League
says
too.
for Darkseid for
Yep.
sure. But you could tell his clear motivation, especially if you know the character.
Yep.
His motivation is to dominate the world. He's a world killer, so he dominates Earth, and then he's going to be recognized as a new god.
And then during this whole battle, Bruce has just got like this big tank tarantula that
Yeah,
isn't
he had Alfred call it.
Yeah.
Bat spider drone.
Yeah,
and it isn't doing too well against anything other than the parademons. Like,
it
gets-
killed
it-
all the parademons.
but it gets flipped over, and then
Cyborg-
Bruce
Vic-
is like, I didn't bring a sword.
Yeah.
Or a gun, because
Yeah.
everybody else has something, but he's got this. He's like, I got this big
Yeah.
tank spider thing.
Yeah,
And
with
then
gun-
he,
with
he
golden gun.
crashes to the bottom, and then Vic just is like,
Interfaces
no,
with it
yo, I'm
directly.
taking this, and he
Yeah.
interfaces.
This is
with it
technology,
directly.
dog.
Yeah, and then
I
he
can
mo-
handle this. This
He
is my
moves with
game.
it as if it was his own body.
Well, he
Yeah.
enhances it too because he spreads like his
Yeah,
mother
he
box.
flips over
more
and starts
advanced tech into
shooting
it.
Steppenwolf continuously, which leads Steppenwolf down this tunnel, where then he cracks open
the wall.
the wall,
Yep.
and we're like, where are we right now? And Bruce is like, we're under Gotham City Harbor.
So then the water
And then
starts
the
pouring
water
in.
starts pouring in.
Instantly, when I knew that, you were like, "This is how Aquaman's coming
Yep.
into the scene."
And then Aquaman comes in through that hole, and he blocks the water from, like,
Long
trapping
enough.
them all.
He blocks it long enough for them to climb up enough
Yep.
that inside the spider bot and holding on to the spider bot thing that Batman has.
While Steppenwolf is kind of like, I'm just tubing it out of here.
Yeah, because he
Because I
did.
got what I needed, which
Which
was nothing.
We got
yeah.
information, right?
Yeah.
Because he found out about Cyborg. He saw him. You are a mother box creation. You are
Yep.
the mother's creation.
Yeah.
Yep. That was pretty cool.
And then what was after that?
Well, after that, then they had Aquaman, right?
Yeah,
And
they
then
had-
Aquaman came up.
There's a hole blown in the underwater tunnel they're in.
Yeah,
And
but they
Aqu-
just kind of climb up.
Aquaman swims in and he stops the water from
We
completely.
already explained that.
Yeah. Yeah, after that, Aquaman.
Aquaman joins the fray, and that's when they have I think that's when the conversation in the Batcave takes place.
Yeah, they're all getting pissed at each other because
Aquaman steals something from the Batcave. Like when
Yeah,
they go down there,
forget what he
Flash
steals.
just
I
go.
think
When they go into the Batcave, Flash
is
like.
speeding around, checking out everything.
I think everybody just wants to get like a batarang because
Souvenir!
Flash
Yeah, that's-
already has.
Is that what it
one.
was? Yeah. So yeah. Because Flash asked for a Batarang earlier, and then that must have
you're
been
just
what
gonna see
Aquaman
Flash
took
whisper
too.
to Aquaman later. He's like, "I stole those Batborn."
Aquaman's like, I got one too.
and this is
There was
where,
some comedy
this is
in
where
that
they
scene
all
and some
get
banner. It was
this
good.
is where they all get into each other's heads, and they're all like, "Oh, you messed up here. Oh, you messed up
This
here."
is the Breakfast Club fight scene.
Yep,
where
and
they're,
then
will we be
Pushing
friends?
away, but not
Are-
pushing away.
Oh, we
Are we
forgot to mention brunch. Damn it!
Well, at that point, they're
No,
talking
we
about
haven't gotten to that
Steppenwolf.
No,
Oh, yeah, we did. That
brunch was already with.
Yeah, but
Well, because that was their big fight against Steppenwolf, because they built their team up, and then Aquaman joined their fray, and then they were talking about like Bruce is like, "Yo, man, like
we
this
can
is
use some other box to revive.
because they realized how Cyborg was experimented on.
Yeah.
He was like, "All right, dude, this brought you back to life, and maybe this can do the same."
Yeah, Bruce.
Comboed with-
Bruce is like maybe
The
we use-
Lazarus type pit that was
It's
used
inside
to
the
make,
cha-
Yeah,
the
that
healing
makes
chamber.
Doomsday.
The healing
In-
chamber
yeah.
inside of the Clark's.
This
It
could be
was.
used
It
to make
was.
a non-corrupted
What's his faces? Not Quarks, but
Sods.
Zod's. Yeah, it was Zod's.
Well, no,
pod.
that it was Clark's, but no, yeah, it was Zod. That's
It was-
Zod ships.
That
yeah,
Zod ship
yeah, that's
that
Zod ship.
landed in
That
Metropolis.
Lex used to turn Zod into Doomsday in
Yep.
Batman Superman. So they brought
Spoiler.
Clark there. Yeah, exactly. They brought Clark there with the mother box that Victor had, because Victor joined them. But he's like, "Yo, I got the mother box."
And they were all questioning beforehand the implications of what could happen if we
Brought Superman.
brought
back to
Superman back to life. He could be like Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
Like-
you don't want to bring him back the bad way.
Yeah, Barry.
A few people were against it for sure.
I was thinking maybe Bizarro at the point, and I'm like, no, this movie is not long enough for them to tackle
no, yeah.
something like that right
Like
now.
Bruce wanted to bring back Superman for sure by himself,
Yeah.
and with the mother box comboed with the Tech and Zod
Yeah,
ship.
Cyborg and Bruce.
They- 'cause
both
Cyborg
thought
calculated
it was a
and
very
thought-
good idea, and it could.
Wonder Woman was
essentially
totally
works.
against it.
Yeah.
Totally against it. She's like, you're gonna bring him back the wrong way, and if he sees you, the first thing he comes back and sees
You're
you,
gonna want one of
Batman.
your contingency plans.
Yeah. So which was probably gonna be kryptonite.
Yeah,
but
that's
then-
where Batman drops the, oh, if you could bring back Steve Trevor, you would. And then she just,
And-
I thought she was,
Well,
she,
yeah,
she
Batman's
pushes him,
always
but I
gotta
thought,
be an ass, right?
I thought she was going to push him, or I thought she was going to slap the shit out of him. She just ends up, like, pushing him.
Yeah, she punched him, but she knocked him
and
back
that's-
hard.
Aquaman and Flash was like, if she kills you, we are covering for her.
Yeah, we're completely covered
yeah,
for this.
we
It's
ain't
not,
even got your back, bro.
That's when the romantic subplot of Batman and
it
Wonder
really
Woman is
takes
dropped.
effect.
Yeah.
it's gone.
They
Like,
pushed it
she's-
away. They totally. You brought up Steve Trevor. That was that.
Yeah, later Wonder Woman's like, she was like, I see what you're trying to do. They're manipulate me into trying to lead the team, but this team isn't going to work if there's a leader.
You could totally tell when Bruce like pushed Wonder Woman away. That right afterwards he like, and she was like, "Oh, I'm done with you, Bruce." He was just like, "Oh man,
I'm sorry.
why did I say that?" He
I'm
totally
sorry.
had that. Why am I such an asshole? Type of vibe.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
he's like, he walks into the other room, takes off his costume, and you see how fucked up he got in the fight.
and that's when she gets sympathetic.
She walks in, she's like, alright, let me pop your shoulder back into place. And after she does that, Batman's like, oh, I know I'm a dick. I don't have a lot of friends.
That was a later scene. We still need
that was...
that
It was
was
all within the
after
same
the
context.
battle with Superman. We need to discuss at this time
No, you know.
Superman.
That's true. After the whole argument, they do end up reviving Superman with the
Well, they
mother box.
they bring Superman. Here's the funny thing, because they go.
Oh, you gotta bring him to like grave digging.
Yeah, exactly. Flash, like while they're brooding and having their conversation, Wonder Woman and Batman, Flash and Cyborg are digging up Superman's grave in like what, Smallville?
It was in Smallville because he was labeled as
Joseph Kent?
Clark Joseph Kent. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and they dig him out.
Which is fun.
And yeah, no, that's fun. And then they have the whole scene where they're bringing him to Zod's pod, and Cyborg changes Barry's ID to make it so that he could get in
'Cause he's
past the
driving the truck.
military. Yeah, because he has to have a truck with Superman body, and everybody else just gets in there really clean without even
I
having
think they
to...
smuggled them in the back of the military truck. I think that's what they were
Yeah,
trying to
but
do.
Bruce just comes down
That's
on,
because he's just Batman.
on
man.
the...
He just
Yeah, he could even take off his mask and be like, Bruce Wayne. And they're like,
Yeah.
Bruce, again, we can't keep letting you in here. We got
Come
in
on
trouble.
in again. You own the place, I guess.
Yeah, so there's a really
you could
cool...
just buy the military that owns this place.
They're like, they get into Zod's pod, and Cyborg is... Cyborg's
Oh.
going on that they need
Oh, yeah. the whole
a
thing's-
lot of energy to make this thing work. So there's a really cool scene with Flash running so fast that he creates the lightning and jolts the mother box
Yeah.
just
The
as...
energy to power it. And he's like, you gotta do this exactly when the mother box hits fluid or else it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Barry pulls it off because he's Barry. And then,
Yeah, well, he
and then
runs back
slams
super
into a
far.
then he slams into a fucking wall.
Yeah, he kind of slides and just...
You got like,
collapses.
You
yeah,
guys, you
into
guys
the
remember
wall.
Spider-Man Homecoming when Peter kept fucking swinging in the trees and shit? I felt like that was this.
that's Flash. Well, he was green. He's very green. He even
Yeah.
admitted it. He doesn't get into fights much.
What is he, 19 in this movie, something like that?
Around
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's what the...
But either way,
yeah,
they
they're
definitely
19 to early 20s.
they put Clark's body's in the regeneration chamber, and Barry runs back against the wall, and they're gonna drop the mother box. And as soon as the mother box hits, Barry's got to run super fast and hit with the jolt of lightning to activate the ship's.
Mainframe to start healing
Yeah,
Superman.
because it didn't have enough power to do the healing
Yep,
chamber.
yeah.
So they needed the jolt from Flash's Speed Force. So he did that. As soon as it hit the water, boom, mother box, it activated. Superman woke right up.
Right up, instantaneously.
Flew right up into the sky.
Destroyed Zod's pod, just...
And well, he didn't he destroyed a
flew
hole in the roof.
straight up.
He didn't like destroy the
And then he
pod.
goes...
He flies to the Superman monument that was destroyed. Did he destroy that, or was it?
No, that was
destroyed
destroyed
by
in the
already
fight, and they never
destroyed.
fixed it.
Yeah.
So he saw that, and he saw the monument of shame, and he wasn't like of full mind yet because he was just brought back to life. He was
Right now,
angry.
he was only going back to places of like strong familiarity.
Yeah, he
And
was.
then-
He didn't even have a consciousness of his own identity.
So you get Flash, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Aquaman.
All in suit.
Yeah, they all run over to him in broad daylight, and there's like a cop there, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that cop is scared.
Yeah.
You know that cop... Both those cops...
And Superman's just running on his
He's
primal
so-
senses at this point. So
Yeah.
he's sensing their heart rate. Like he's zooming in on them, and you can see like their skeleton,
Mhm.
and you can see their heart rate. And Aquaman's afraid. And they're like, "Well, I'm afraid, bro. What do
He's
you want
like,
from
he's
me?"
He's not right in the head right now.
Yeah,
And then
he's
Superman
not
starts
stable,
in-
and he's Superman,
He looks
bro.
over at Cyborg, and Cyborg's mother box technology can sense like the killing
Superman's
intent
aggressive
coming from
attentions.
Superman, and it automatically goes into self-defense mode against Cyborg's wishes, and it shoots at Superman, setting off the chain of events where Superman's just beating the shit out of everyone.
Oh, he destroys them, like...
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of
like
them
Wonder
come
Woman
in-
puts up a decent fight,
Oh, yeah, but
you know.
they all put up a decent fight.
and then Cyborg
but-
gets put down too.
Yep.
I did like because he's fighting all of them at once. Superman is fighting Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman, and then then the Flash is like, "All right, I'm gonna speed over and get him from behind while he's fighting all of them at once." And he's running, and as he's running super fast and it's in the slowed down time, you see Superman's eyeballs start following Flash like in the same time.
Yeah.
And so and then he instantly drops them, and he starts going and fighting Flash. As fast as him, as fast as Flash is.
Yep.
And Flash is just faster than Superman enough that
Where he avoids all the direct hits because
Yeah.
since he's still human, he would still get hurt.
But
from
then he
all
does-
those Superman hits.
for sure get knocked back, or he trips or something. Or
He trips, and then Bruce shows up.
Batman comes in and he's like, "Dude, I know you." Superman's like, "I know you, and I don't like you. The last time I remember seeing you."
Yeah.
Batman was, Superman was wondering why he was brought back, and Batman was like, "Yeah, the world needs you," and he's like, "Yeah, it does, but it doesn't need you."
And then he- and
Batman
then he
was like,
grips
"Alfred,
his-
calling the big guns."
And then he grips his face, just holding him up in
Superman
the air,
grips Batman's face.
gripping his face, and he's like, "Tell me, do you bleed?" Just
Yeah, Superman-
referencing it.
Superman tells Batman the line that Batman told Superman in the last movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you bleed? And there's a comedic payoff for that later. Once Batman gets up, he's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
something's
'cause-
definitely bleeding."
Because Superman just drops Batman to the
so-
ground.
Wait. So, the big guns, Alfred called Lois and was like, "Hey, your dead husband's alive. Come to the monument or whatever."
Well,
And-
you don't see that phone call, but that
No.
happens off
yeah,
screen.
yeah, and when she gets out of the car and Clark recognizes her, probably the funniest thing.
He's
in the
choking
fucking movie.
Batman
He
still.
he fucking flings him aside.
Yeah,
like
and
he's
that was
a-
one of the best payoffs for the laughs in the whole theater because
everyone. Oh
he's
man,
intently violently choking, like Superman's intently violently choking
yeah,
Batman.
Vader choking him.
Yeah, and he's about to kill him, and he's like, "Do you bleed? You will." And then he sees Lois, and he just
He's like,
tosses
"Oh,
him to the
Lois!"
left.
Yeah, he just
Like-
tosses it like a
And
rag doll.
everybody in the theater laughed instantly. It was like everybody. There was definitely a big payoff for that.
Yep,
that
and
one.
then there's even further payoff because Bruce, laying there on the ground, is like,
Oh,
ouch.
I'm bleeding. He's like, holding. I definitely
Yeah,
felt like that was
yeah,
one of the the later
something
added
is
joke
bleeding.
Joss Whedon scenes. I think that was one of those. I felt like that when it
Yeah.
happened. I think this is a Joss Whedon scene. Not that it was bad. It was hilarious. Everybody got a laugh out of it.
Yeah,
Um,
it was the comedic payoff everyone needed from
Yeah.
that. Super tough Superman.
And then he goes up. Superman goes up to Lois. He hugs her, and he instantly
he just
feels
flies.
the love and the strong attention. He takes her right up
Flies
to
to
the Kent
Smallville.
family farm,
Yeah.
and they chill there and they're talking. And then that's when Superman remembers who he is again. But he's just like hanging out in the cornfield. And I'm gonna say this, like, I kind of felt like Superman was a little empty still at that point, a little shallow. You know, I didn't feel like there was all of Superman there at that
Yeah,
point.
Clark.
Well, at that point, there definitely wasn't because he was still recovering his memories. You know, getting over, and you gotta think he's gonna be getting over the whole "oh fuck, I died" thing. No one comes back from death.
Well, yeah. Lois even asked him what it was like, and he was like, "It was itchy."
Or she was like, what was it like waking up? And he's like, yeah, it was pretty fucking...
Itchy, man. I had a scratch I had to get to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Imagine having to piss for an entire year and a half.
And
Just-
not
Well,
being
he's hanging
able
out
to-
in the field the whole time too, and she's like, "Clark, you've been here for like a few hours now, and you
Haven't
won't
really
come
said
inside."
anything.
I've been in a box for a few months now. I'm not.
She's like,
looking to go
she's
into
like, I
another
haven't
one.
even stepped in the house. It's like, yep.
Yeah,
Pretty
I was
been in a
already in a
wooden
box
box.
for a year.
I just want to be outside and be alive in this cornfield. This is my life.
And then there's another
Cornfield
brooding
life.
moment between the league where they're all pointing out each other's failures
Against Superman.
against Superman, and now Bruce has got like a broken, dislocated arm, and Wonder Woman comes up. Let me help you with that. And
Pops
just
back.
jolts it back in place.
Batman's
Souls
like,
him.
yeah, I'm sorry for being a dick. And it's like, yeah, I see what you're trying to do there, manipulate me. And deleting the team. And she was like, but this team isn't going to work if there's like a definitive leader. She's like, with leaders, everything is going to go wrong.
This
So,
is true.
I mean, fucking Batman. Batman is the leader of the Justice League.
Yeah, well, he was trying to push her as a leader because he told her straight up. He's like, "Yo, you're like super strong, and you're just as strong as you know. What I mean, you're just as capable as Superman in your own ways, and you've been here for way longer. How come you're not the same beacon of hope that Superman is? How come the people don't look to you? How come they don't know Wonder Woman? Because you've been hiding, because you've been a coward, because you let Steve Trevor get in your way." And she's like, "Yo," she straight up realized that. She's like, "Yeah,
that's facts.
facts. Like I should be that beacon of hope. I should be able to."
R.I.P. Steve.
But her whole holdup was like building up a team and telling them that they can do that and the cause is worthy. And then it's her mission and that they're dying for her mission. You know what I mean? And she didn't want to. She didn't want to inspire people to believe in something
Yeah, that's
and
why
then
she
die
wanted
for a
to be a
mission that's
leader.
her. So that's kind of why she went into the shadows. And then Steve Trevor died. And you know what I mean? Wonder Woman spoiler.
I do wonder why she didn't return to the Amazon. Wait, was there like
She
a rule?
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
she
rule
can't.
she couldn't go back.
She can't.
That's total bullshit in
Yeah.
like every other continuity.
No,
remember that one?
that
Remember
happens
that one
plenty of
animated
times.
movie where it was like
Sometimes she's
they,
allowed to go back for amnesty days, but
You remember when they like first discovered Supergirl and they Wonder Woman was training her to be like Amazonian because
Yeah.
they didn't know her DNA yet.
and her powers were nulled there or whatever, Supergirl's. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Either way, at that point,
They're looking for Steppenwolf.
they're gonna do the fight without Superman. They know that he's found Lois, and that they're gonna go after Steppenwolf without Superman.
Yeah,
either way.
when they're talking in like the mission room beforehand. There's that like motivational talk. Aquaman was like, Superman's a no call no show. It's very likely we're going to die here. And then he's like sitting down. And then he starts getting like really emotional. And
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
What'd I say?
No, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, but gets very emotional. He's like, I never really committed to the land or the sea. And he's like, I don't want to go, knowing that I never really belonged anywhere and I was just a loner. And eventually you see like him like shuffle on something, and Wonder Woman. Turns out he was sitting on the lasso of truth.
Yep.
And then we got like a giggle out of that.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
gotta go laugh at that because Aquaman's like
he was confessing
vulnerable,
Yeah.
confessing his feelings.
He confessed
he's
that
scared.
he really thought that Wonder Woman was very attractive.
Yeah, he's like I've never really felt a part of a team like this. And he's
He let
like-
himself down, or he let his guard
Guard
down.
down. There's no guard.
Yep.
And they're like, okay. And he's like, I feel like we're gonna die in this whole thing, but let's get to it.
Yeah, and he walks over the Flash after the lasso of truth has been
Revealed.
unsat on. He's like, if you say anything about this, I'm gonna kill you. And
Flash
he's
is
like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear anything after you said that we're all probably going to die.
Yep. And after the team talks to each other, basically the next scene is like the build up to pretty much the big final battle ultimately, where they show that family again because they've been showing that family on and off,
Yep.
and that Steppenwolf takes the 2 cubes and he puts them into the wall, and that he's gonna start up the thing. Does he have the 3rd cube?
He's got all 3 cubes. He's forcing them together. They're already forced together. He creates this big, huge thing around him, like a dome that's impenetrable for whatever, and it's growing.
Yeah,
it's growing.
it's a
and
thing
it's-
that spreads
and
out
it's
and
about
terraforms.
and
Well,
it's
'cause
about
he's
to
starting-
hit the town.
He's
where
starting
these
his
people
whole
are.
evil unity process with
Yep.
the 3 mother boxes come together and they're destroying the Earth. And so at that point, the team that is now, because Superman is still off with Lois at Smallville, he's not with the rest of the team. The team is Batman, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they all get in Batman's flying ship.
Taking off parademons, and they're all like dropping off each other, and Batman's like, all right, I'm going to use the luring sound from earlier to get them away from you guys so you have some breathing room when you're fighting.
Yep. So he breaks in with a flying ship. He breaks into the penetrable field, then drops down in the Batmobile and starts playing
That luring
distress
sound
call
that he got from
that
the
he got
parademon.
from the parademons, and he's luring the parademons out so that the crew could go in and fight Steppenwolf without having to fight thousands of parademons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was that signal from earlier that we had mentioned about earlier. Batman recorded the signal of the sound that pissed the parademons off. Him and Alfred mentioned it. He put it into the tech of the Batmobile, and that's the tech that he used to lure the parademons away in the Batmobile, because he dropped off the rest of the League in a farther away place, and then he broke the shield, went in, and then the rest of the League started their assault from the ground level.
Well, they're discussing. They're like, he's not going to make it out of
Yeah,
this
as
alive.
Batman's being chased by the
He's got about 3
parademons,
minutes, they said.
Yeah.
Alfred,
at that rate.
Alfred's talking to him. He's like, I don't think this is a good idea, sir. And Batman's like, yeah, whatever.
Probably not the best idea.
Dying for a noble cause. Who goes and helps out Batman?
Well, they all
And
start
they
running.
all start helping out.
At that
Batman,
point, they all
'cause
start
once the
running in.
Once the parademons get on to
The
the
Batmobile.
Batmobile and start ripping it
Wonder Woman
apart.
is the first to come in and knock them all off.
No, it's Aquaman. Aquaman hits it
Yeah, and
first,
he's like,
and then he's on the Batmobile, riding with Bruce, and then he just shoots up into the sky, has his whole like woohoo kind of rodeo scene where he's just
dope.
yeah.
I definitely feel like at this point, when the rest of the team starts coming in to help out Batman, this is definitely the point in the movie where like they're all operating as a happy, functional team. They have chemistry and continuity with each other.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Aquaman.
They're playing off
dude
each other.
bro moments.
There's a lot of,
Yeah,
like-
rah!
Like Wonder Woman comes in and she knocks parademons off of the Batmobile, and then she gives Bruce like a smile. Hey, Bruce, we're here for you. And then, like you said, like Aquaman's flying in the air after a parademon, then he's like falling down, and Cyborg picks him up. You're right in over, bro. And he tosses him,
Yeah.
and they're all like broing off with each other.
And Bruce then tells
Barry,
Barry that
he needs to save citizens.
he needs to save citizens.
Civilians.
He needs to go get the civilians who are now their towns being destroyed.
And that's
by
that
this
same
growing-
family that we kept coming in on. They're
Yep.
escaping at this point
Yep,
on a
they're-
truck.
They're in a
Kid G
truck.
Beast.
And Alfred's been looking at the area from the far on the computer, and he's telling Bruce there's civilians in trouble. So Bruce tells Barry, hey, you gotta save these people. He starts chasing after the truck.
So while Barry's chasing after the truck, the rest of the team
Starts their assault.
assault on Steppenwolf to try to break apart the cube. Cyborg goes straight to the mother boxes and
begins to attempt to like hack into
Yeah,
it.
Well,
He's
because his
trying to
whole
figure
plan is, and that plan was discussed when they were on the flying ship on their way to the mission, is that
You have to
Cyborg
pull
has to
apart.
hack into the mother boxes united, and he, for a brief moment, can get them so they're separated enough that they can pull them apart from being united as one, and that'll stop this whole Terra death destroying the planet scenario
So we got Cyborg trying to dismantle the mother boxes, while you got Wonder Woman and Aquaman doing a direct assault on Steppenwolf, and Batman is kind of just
fighting parademons here
fighting
and there.
parademons and shooting at Steppenwolf with one of the parademons blasters from afar. He's kind of up in the rafters doing some Arkham
Batman and
Yeah, again,
just-
those fear combos or
And
whatever.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf keeps grabbing Cyborg, and eventually he grabs Cyborg away from defusing the cubes, and he actually rips one of his legs off.
Yeah.
And then he
rips him
tosses
apart.
Cyborg away
Tears
from
some
the
of his
thing.
arm off.
And
And then at that point, Superman comes
Superman comes in because
Finally.
he had the talk with Lois back at the farm a little while ago, and he's like, I
Sure.
know I have to help them.
Well, yeah,
Lois-
Lois was like, I wish he would have taken a bit longer to recover. And Clark was like, oh, why? It's like, because now I have to let you go again.
in. Well, yeah, because she invited Clark's mom, and Clark's mom had a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, and then she's like, oh, Lois is telling Clark, like he said, that I wish you took longer to heal because I have to send you off now to help Bruce. And he's like, oh, Bruce, yeah, he probably needs me, right? I should probably do some Superman. And so he flies in as Superman, and he just like OP wrecks Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
And so they need to get Superman out of the scene.
Because Steppenwolf's even like, the Kryptonian, you're not supposed to be here.
You're supposed to be dead.
You're supposed to be dead.
So Superman's just OP and Steppenwolf, and so they kind of need to get Superman out of the scene.
Yep,
And
so Steppenwolf's
Yeah,
down
because
for a
he's
minute.
beating the shit.
Yeah,
out
he's
of
definitely beating the shit out of Steppenwolf. And so Batman tells Superman, hey man, or Superman goes, civilians! He can overhear it. Civilians! They're in trouble!
Batman's like, oh, Flash has a cover, and he's like, no, he doesn't.
There's too many of them
yeah.
Yep, and then so
Superman takes
takes off.
to save civilians, and
And
that's his excuse to get away from the Steppenwolf
There's a little
battle.
funny banter between Flash and Superman because it's the whole race between Flash and Superman.
And Superman catches up to him immediately and is like, slowpoke.
Yep. And
But,
then they both save a different crew. Barry goes after.
the family.
The
Family that we've
escaping
seen
in
the
a
whole
truck.
time, and he
So
saves them.
He just pushes the truck out of the way, and then he looks behind him and he sees Superman
Has an
carrying a
entire
whole building.
Full of people. Yeah, he saved. Oh, you saved what 4 or 5 people?
And then-
You saved
Say 400 or
the-
500.
And then
Yeah, in
Barry's
one
just
building.
like, I still saved people.
Yeah,
He
I'm-
waves goodbye to the family.
And the girl's
He
like,
speaks
what
to-
the hell
he's-
just happened? And she waves back to him. He says some word that I'm not sure.
I think he says goodbye in Russian because I think they're in a Russian
And then at
town.
that point, they go back to the Steppenwolf location battle fight, and Batman has helped Cyborg put his leg back on.
Yep.
Hey, I got you, bro. I'll fix that up. And then he's trying to get him to work on the cube thing again because that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And
Steppenwolf gets back up and hits Bruce out of the way, but Wonder Woman and Aquaman have a decent fight with him while Cyborg is pulling apart the mother boxes again.
at that point, Superman comes in because Cyborg has pulled apart the things enough, and he's like, Superman, I know you don't know me, and I don't really know you at all either, but yo, bro, there's an X amount of time to pull these cubes apart. And Superman's like, all right, I think I got
He's
this.
like, the explosion's gonna be pretty big, and he's like,
Yep.
Superman's like, I'm Superman.
And during this talk, you have a really cool scene with Wonder Woman, and she demolishes Steppenwolf because she really steps up and
At that point,
race.
she accepts her leader type ability, and she's
you know,
like you
Super-
said, steps up to Steppenwolf.
Superman
Superman flies up and freezes Steppenwolf's axe, and then Wonder
Okay.
Woman.
Slices the axe
Slices
apart,
it
and it breaks
apart.
into a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, because that happens before the cube thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happens
The
right
cube
before
separating.
the cube thing, and now
Because
Steppenwolf
when
is
Superman
on
first
the
comes
ground.
back, he doesn't help Cyborg separate the cube.
Yeah, they're like,
he helps him beat
let's stop
Steppenwolf.
Yep.
once and for all.
Exactly, and so
And
yeah.
then they do the cube thing, and they rip it apart, and it creates this huge explosion that knocks mostly everybody down. Wonder Woman's just kind of standing there.
Superman and Cyborg are laying out on the ground. And
Oh,
they,
yeah.
They just start laughing at the pure fucking like ridiculousness of the situation.
And Superman, just after saying it's weird to be alive, he then says like, "Yeah, I kind of don't want to in this pain."
When Cyborg's asking for help, he's like, or Superman's like, yeah, I just came back. I really want to live. And then after feeling the pain, he's like, yep, never mind. And Cyborg's like, I don't know how it's physically possible, but my toes hurt.
There is one point now. Here's a quick question. Steppenwolf was defeated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That happened before they separated the cube.
Yes.
Yeah,
But he wasn't actually like defeated.
No.
What basically happened is
They-
they smash his weapon up and they beat him up. And
Yeah.
at that point, a boom tube, all the parademons.
No.
they wait till after the cubes are separated.
After
and
the-
then
Okay,
after the
pulled out.
So
cubes
yeah,
are
so after the
separated.
cubes are separated, and you have that little fun scene, like you
Steppenwolf
said.
realizes he's defeated, and then he.
Well, it's not
he-
really that Steppenwolf realizes he's defeated.
It could've
What's
been-
basically happening is Steppenwolf is defeated and he's failed his mission, and Darkseid is. So he sees everything, and he comes in and he controls the parademons, not
Yeah.
Steppenwolf. They're his army, so they all start attacking Steppenwolf because he's failed his
Yep,
mission,
and start
and
eating them
Darkseid doesn't
apart.
give a fuck. Darkseid is telling the parademons to beat up Steppenwolf, and he
Well,
opens
they
up a
smell
boom tube.
fear, and Steppenwolf is very afraid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they open up a boom tube, and he's being recalled.
He's being torn up.
And he's being
while
recalled to
he's being
Apocalypse because he's
recalled.
about to get tortured by
Yep,
Darkseid
so
because he
all the
failed his mission.
parademons and Steppenwolf are going up into the boom tube. Steppenwolf's helmet falls to the ground right before he leaves, and then the team feels rejoice. They step outside of the whole scene, and they're all
Well,
grow
things are starting to
together.
regrow again at that point too, because like
Yeah, there's like a hyper. The leftover.
and that's probably going to be talked about at some point, and it's going to have a future effect because like the
The-
whole area was super corrupted, and the earth and the land was most corrupted there because the destruction of Earth was happening there. And after it happened and the cube stopped and the Unity thing ended,
They talk about how the mother box is like an accelerated cycle of life and death, and without the like death being like
it was accelerated life instead.
yeah.
So everything started
a
growing.
huge plant.
Like super plant life, but it was like wacky looking plants.
Yeah, no,
Stuff that
there's-
doesn't grow
there's
here.
like
They're like
holographic looking
It might
flowers.
look like so it's probably like stuff you would see on New Genesis.
Yeah.
Looking shit. So that starts happening there, and the little girl from the earlier in the truck picks up one of those crazy looking flowers, and then it's happy, happy, joy, joy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Our home was destroyed, and
And then like after that whole scene, and we get Cyborg bro fisting with
He
Wait.
said "booyah" at
Oh,
the
yeah,
end of
yeah,
the fight
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Once he said "booyah" in there.
Booyah was mentioned once.
Yeah, it was laughed
at the-
about,
at-
and everybody
we
rejoiced.
forgot.
I think somebody clapped when Cyborg said "booyah." I think
Yeah.
I heard somebody go
No,
"yeah" or something like
someone
that.
behind us was like, "That's what I came here for."
you know what I just realized? We
What's that?
skipped over the grave digging scene.
No, we didn't. We totally talked about that, bro.
specifically about
Yeah,
the
we
grave
totally
digging
talked.
scene.
I bet I'm recording.
Yep.
100% prove it to you.
100%.
Yeah.
Pause. But
So then,
did we talk about the whole little talk between Flash and Cyborg?
Yes, we did. We talked about
Yep.
the bro
We're-
fest. That
Where was I
as
for
we're
this?
at the point of
you
the end of
were
the
right
movie,
there.
we talked about it as we are now at the end of the movie, and
Yep.
that was not at the end.
And
So
now
it's been
they
discussed.
bro fist, and then all is good. But then they go back to the Clark family house.
Because Bruce paid for it.
Yeah, Batman starts. You can see he's pulling all of his strings.
Yeah.
Bear,
So Clark goes up to Superman, or Clark goes up to Bruce, and he's like, "Oh, how'd you get the bank to
To
give you
get
back
the
the house?" And
I
he's
bought
like,
the bank.
I bought the bank.
"Yeah, I bought the entire bank, bro, on a whim. No big deal."
And then
bro."
Superman's like, "You bought the entire
You
bank."
bought the entire bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that difficult?
I'm Bruce Wayne, bitch.
Bruce Wayne.
I used my superpower.
Yeah.
you see Barry go up to his father, who was, upset about Barry's life choices up to this point.
And he tells him that he's going to become a CSI, the lowest grade possible CSI at the.
Department.
Department.
CCPD.
Yep.
But
And-
he still got a job. And he's, you got it. That's a job, son.
Yep. And then we see
Friday,
Cyborg. We see Cyborg with his father.
Yeah,
at
and
Star
Did you
Labs.
see his
And-
did
yeah,
you see his
he-
new outer body formation?
They definitely showed
changes
that.
He changes it from what he has
In the
to
whole
more
movie.
like the Teen Titans.
Well, yeah,
type
you see it 'cause you see the circle. Cyborg's end happy story is that he's with Stylus and Star Labs, and they're actually researching his tech, and he's not being ashamed of it, so he's going to advance even more. And
Yeah,
because
I think,
of that,
I think they're researching the mother box too at the end.
Exactly,
because
now they're
that's
happy
what-
about it.
that's
They're not
what
being
makes
shameful
his
about
tech.
it. So he's upgrading because of that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're finding a way for like perpetual energy, which is.
And
With the
is
power of the
that-
mother
is that
box.
pretty much the end.
Well,
of it?
Aquaman,
Well, no,
does Aquaman have an ending too?
No.
No,
I
right?
think he
no.
does. Or no, he
goes
goes
back to
he goes
MC
swimming. He goes swimming through the ocean.
Yeah, he
but they
does.
don't show where he
You-
goes.
but
Yeah,
goes
he just
tell
has like a
way
happy
out.
smile swimming through the ocean.
Remember, Batman and Alfred and Wonder Woman are looking at this house that they're going to buy, and he's like,
Well, no,
Batman-
Yep. No, we get to the end, and
that's
Bruce
Bruce's happy ending.
Bruce and everybody's coming into this building, and they're like, we're gonna need.
a circular table, 6 seats,
Well,
and
the
Wonder
building
Woman
that it
sa-
is at the end in Batman vs Superman. Bruce stopped caring about Wayne Manor, so he stopped taking part.
That was Wayne Manor.
That's what that was. He didn't live in Wayne Manor anymore in Batman vs Superman. You remember he's walking through that grassy field, and then he visits his parents' grave. That's Wayne Manor. He let it go to shit, and now he's cares again, and
Yeah,
so
it's
he's
like
gonna. That's
Hall
why
of
he's like
Justice.
stick a tape. That's why he knew a table goes here with 6 chairs
Yeah.
because
And then-
that's
and
Wayne
then Wonder
Manor.
Woman pops in, she's like, and room for more.
Yeah, room for more to
because
grow.
it's the Hall of Justice now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's what the building is. It was Wayne Manor. He's,
Yeah,
he's going to build that back because he cares again.
No, they're. It's. I don't think it's Wayne Manor for
I
what
100% know.
It
that.
looked.
They-
I know he let it go to shit, but it looked
talking
like an
about the Hall of
abandoned.
Justice.
That's when
He said it's 50 feet tall.
that building,
room.
bro, was 100% the building from Wayne Manor. It was the Wayne Manor from
See,
Batman vs
I
Superman.
don't know. I'd have to see it on like video, but I had thought it was. I thought it was Wayne Manor at first because
The
obviously
building was dilapidated the same way, bro, and it's the only thing that makes sense.
I think it's the Hall of Justice because the whole thing with
it could be
six.
it's probably
for
gonna
them.
it's probably going to be turned into the Hall of Justice.
It was definitely Wayne Manor.
Okay.
Either way.
Keith's going Wayne Manor. Both me and Ronnie are going.
All right, well,
Hall of Justice.
let it come
I'm on
out.
it.
And I guarantee you it'll be Wayne Manor.
And that's the end of the movie.
That's
Yeah,
the end of the
that's
movie. Let's
pretty
get into
much-
the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, post-credit scenes is Flash and Superman hanging out together.
They have the what's that called? Like World's Finest or the World's Finest race. The title of that one Supergirl episode
Yeah.
was the.
And it just shows the two of them racing together, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna race you," and he's like, "That's gonna be wacky."
And he's like, oh yeah, and he's if you lose Flash, you gotta buy
You're
brunch
good.
for everyone.
The
Which will call back to a joke
first
later
the
on.
first thing was, if you lose, you're getting kicked out of the team.
And Flash was like, I don't want to get kicked out of the team. But yeah, and it ends with not showing. It shows them both running towards the screen.
Yeah, because they don't want to show you Victor. They just want to show
And
you.
then we got plenty more credits.
Yeah,
to go,
the
at least.
entirety of the credits, and that's when 4 people walk out, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah,
You
these
didn't-
people.
you didn't look up. There's
another
We're
one.
missing these credits.
And then after that, that's the real credit scene. That's it starts out with
It's
what-
in jail.
yeah, whatever.
They're in jail. A guy's telling Luther to get to his cell.
Stop fooling around, get out here, and whatever. And they open up, and it's a bald guy, and he turns around, and he's laughing hysterically.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
it's not Luther.
I wonder who it could be.
And then they have a scene of
Queer silhouette, shadow.
Deathstroke.
Everybody knows it's Deathstroke, and you hear people going, "It's Deathstroke, it's Slade Wilson."
They said
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke way too much, and it's like,
I wonder if it's Deathstroke.
can we
Yeah,
not Deathstroke for right now?
yeah.
Just
So
let the
Deathstroke
scene
is
go.
he's riding a boat to a yacht, and then Lex is on that boat, right?
Yep.
And he's talking to him, and then Deathstroke takes off his mask, and it's Joe Mangione,
And
Gione or whatever.
he's like, you better not
You
waste
know?
my time. And it's like, 1, I value my life, and 2, I have much more valuable things to do with my time.
Yep.
Uh,
And he's like, if they have a league, maybe
Yeah, because
we should set out for our own
he's
league.
pissed off Superman's alive again.
Yeah,
It's like, one day they're, 6 feet under the ground, and the next day they're flying around in the sky.
because that just furthers his beef with Superman. That Superman is like, oh, look, he can come
You
back
can't
from
even
death.
respect the integrity of death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's, and then he wants to form a league of their own with Deathstroke at least. So
Yeah,
that's like
so-
2 people, and then there's gonna be more.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the
And
movie in
that's
its
the
entirety.
movie.
Yeah,
Final thoughts?
yeah. Like I said, I really
9
enjoyed
out
it.
of 10.
9 out of 10.
I really liked it.
See, I can't think of things I disliked. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, there was a few
I think
minor moments that there doesn't accumulate.
Yeah,
to
Yeah, but
anything.
nothing that really took away from
And the
movie.
pacing was really good throughout the whole thing.
Pacing was very good. There was a little bit of context to where it's like, okay, how did we get here? But it didn't move
you can
unnaturally.
Yeah, you can tell that if there was scenes that showed it might have dragged on the movie because it was a 2 hour and 4 minutes. You said
2 hours and 1 minute runtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's with all the credits too.
perfectly decent runtime too.
Yeah.
It didn't feel too quick.
Oh, great movie. We got in there at 5:40. Watched all of the little things. Started the movie at like 6:05, and ended at 8:23 after all the credits.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad overall.
If you had to give it a final score, Keith, what would you
Runtime?
give it?
Yeah, I thought it was at least a 9 out of 10. There, 10 out of 9. You know what I mean? You can't. I don't like to give perfect scores because
No.
there's no perfect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Perfect.
It was a really
very-
great movie. You know, what I mean? I had a good
difficult.
time. I'm sure people are going to pick it apart on the end of the internet.
Yeah, you gotta
Or
think
minor
as
things
of
here and
right
there.
now, this is literally only a couple hours after watching it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any scores on it, so
No, nothing.
yeah, we could wake
I
up in
stepped
the
away from everything all day. and
we
were
could
in
wake up in the
first
morning
screening.
and it's gotten like 2 out of 10s from every review.
Yeah.
on it. But
I liked it.
I think
The complete-
everybody
great.
in that theater liked it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't as filled up as I thought it was going to be.
No,
It
yeah.
was also 6:00 on.
I think most people are
Thursday
gonna go.
afternoon.
Yeah, I think we were the first showing on the Thursday.
I feel like it should have been a midnight release at that because people know
There's-
about a
but
But
midnight.
people
still
are
a
more
midnight
people
release.
were more likely to go to the midnight releases than
Yeah.
the 6 o'clock releases
There
because
was-
they might not know about
And
it.
then there's also multiple showings also at the same time. So
People went and seen.
people
it as soon
went
as-
and seen the
right after
regular
we saw it.
version right after we seen it.
Yeah.
People went and seen the regular version of the 2.
Yeah, there was a Wonder Woman double feature, which
Yeah, we didn't go to.
Yeah, we didn't go
the
to.
way those run times ran up because it started at what 3?
Yeah, they saw it before us.
Yeah.
a little bit. But
Yeah.
they saw standard
They,
definition.
they
We
had
saw
like 40
3D
minutes on
really
us or
3D.
whatever, but
Yeah.
Either way, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. And,
What is
yeah.
what is your overall number out
um,
of 10?
again, I can't think of a numerical score right now.
Yeah, I thought it was really
I
great.
enjoyed it. I would recommend seeing
What's
it.
your Metacritic on that, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Is it
Come
certified fresh?
Come on, give it a
If
number.
if I was 548 collective assholes, I would probably give it at least an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, there you go.
At least an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
So
I would
definitely
recommend
is-
it. Definitely the best of the DCU right now.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
yeah. Somebody said that they liked Wonder Woman more. I heard them saying as we
Yeah,
left.
right
But
after we left.
I think this is the best.
Yeah.
For me, here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna end the video. We're gonna do a of the DCU right now. We'll do a list of how you rank DCEU. I'm gonna go last to end it, so that way I can do the outro.
Okay.
So we'll just go left to right. Ronnie,
Okay.
what's your DCEU that accounts Man of Steel and
Least the greatest or greatest the least?
yeah, least the greatest. No, dude. Yeah, do your
Yeah.
top down. Top down.
Top down.
Okay.
Best one. What's the best movie in the
Um,
DCU?
Best movie in the DCU, definitely Justice League.
DCEU.
DCEU,
Yeah.
whatever. Wonder Woman after that. Wonder Woman was a perfectly fine movie.
So you're going Justice League, Wonder Woman.
Justice League.
Man of Steel after that.
All right.
I've seen Man of Steel about once,
Alright.
and the first time I watched it through, I didn't have too many gripes with it. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. I know everyone rags on Suicide Squad. I like Suicide Squad better than I like
Batman
Batman
and
vs
Superman.
Superman.
So you got Batman and Superman last, Suicide Squad second last, then Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and then
Yeah, I definitely think that's where
you think which calls the best? Justice League.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think, Sean?
Just
Best to worst.
Justice League definitely on top right now.
Yep.
Right after that, I would probably. I've never seen Man of Steel, so I can't really put it anywhere.
Yep.
But I'm probably gonna definitely put it third. So
Well, if you haven't seen Man of Steel, can you
Yeah,
maybe
just
rank
have the
it?
4. it's
Okay.
fine.
Rank,
So-
yeah, you can rank the 4. You know what I mean? Since
Okay,
you haven't
so-
seen Man of Steel, it's not fair
so
to rank
Justice
it.
League.
Yep.
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Batman, Superman, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
I
So you
think-
guys flipped because he
Yeah.
hasn't seen Man of Steel. You guys flipped on Suicide Squad and
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine if you had asked me.
Batman.
Like tomorrow, it might be switched. Honestly, because those two movies are so interchangeably, like, just
Yeah,
below
I-
average movies.
Like, I agree with most people's consensus on Batman vs. Superman. I feel like the biggest problem was it being rushed, but I still think it was a great movie.
Yeah, and the direction of this movie, just having a beginning, middle, and end.
This one had the best because it was both a good movie
Very well
and
balanced.
a very good continuity.
I felt like no hero got too much
Rich.
time. I feel like they
They
were quick to introduce the
I
hero.
feel like Aquaman got the least amount of time.
Oh yeah,
I think
Aquaman completely.
Aquaman has a lot of time because he was in mostly every fight with Wonder Woman.
He
Well,
held
yeah,
his own with Steppenwolf
yeah, you
too,
gotta
but
think
every
yeah,
time.
You gotta think he was the last hero besides Superman to get in.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to talk about someone who wasn't fleshed out at all, that was Superman. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that's
why
because they
it
got
was-
into him an hour and a half into the movie.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Keith.
All right. So
your-
my list, basically, to end the video, is I'm gonna say agree to Justice League is the best movie in the whole series, and then I would probably go with Man of Steel being the second best movie in the whole thing, and then I think that Batman vs Superman is better than Wonder Woman, and then I think Suicide Squad is the worst movie in the whole shebang.
Yeah,
So you go
I-
Justice League, Man of Steel.
He switched Wonder Woman to be.
Yeah, I know that's that's the most unpopular opinion on the whole list because everybody will put Wonder Woman so high up.
I just think.
And it's
I
not
just,
that I think that it's bad at all, but I actually, like,
I just think Wonder
Batman
Woman
vs
was a-
Superman was your movie of the year last year.
I enjoyed it for all its flaws. You know what I mean? For all of its flaws.
I just feel that Wonder Woman was a better.
And I get
straight
that,
movie,
you know what I mean?
And it operated as that.
I just feel like this. Here's my opinion on the Wonder Woman whole thing. You know what I mean? Maybe this is an unpopular opinion right here, but there's the Wonder Woman movie, and then there's the Wonder Woman animated movie, and they're both the same story. And I think that the Wonder Woman animated movie is better.
Yeah.
No, that's a perfectly
Well,
fair opinion.
animated also has the ability
And it came
to
out years
do-
before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's the same
I like
story.
Wonder Woman's actress. I think she does.
Oh yeah, I think Gal Gadot is
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
I don't think they could have gotten a better person.
No, yeah, all of her action scenes are some of the best scenes in the whole movie,
Yep.
if not the best action scenes in the whole movie. You know what I mean? The way that they have the character fight is amazing. Yeah. Either way,
I'm
this-
happy with how Justice League turned out. I hope you guys
happy.
are too.
Yeah. Keith, one shot.
Purple Fanta.
Big Sean 518.
And we're taking off. This is way too long.